Last time on Magical Miss, the party splits once again. Willa takes her boys to Dirk's house to deal with the Coral Dirk Sr. Having two guys infatuated with Willa who now know the secret is proving difficult as they insist on fighting at her side. They manage to banish the coral monster and save Dirk's dad. Blue gets a warning from Mariana that she's coming in 24 hours. Meanwhile, Izzy's moment to shine and scandalize the Schwartz party has finally come. With the help of making some hobo outfits and putting on stunning makeup, Izzy, Benny, and Sam storm the Schwartz house and rescue Daisy. Izzy lays into the parents, calling them out on their bullshit and the trauma they have caused for their kids. Mrs. Schwartz makes an attempt to drive a wedge between the twins after announcing that Benny wants to go to Juilliard. But after the monologue of the century and tipping over several wine glasses, Izzy emancipates the twins from their abusive parents' home. Now everyone is convening at Daisy's loft where there's gonna be a lot of talk. It's time to pull up with some snacks and comfy pants. We gotta have a serious discussion of what to do next. Welcome to Magical Miss.
It is a little bit, strange to see that many people in here, Izzy, because the last time you were here was just you and Daisy on your lonesome. Wink. But yeah. She is pulling out, little bowls and filling them with snacks, and you can tell that she's still a little on edge, and, she pointedly is not looking at Benny, and Benny has kind of pulled up some beanbag chairs out of the closet and kind of sat in the corner with Sam.
Oh, man. Okay.
You see that Josh is, kind of just watching Daisy as she's putting things into bowls and, getting out, peanut M&Ms and, pretzels and things, and Caleb is trying to help. And you see that Daisy is very clearly nope, it's fine. I got it. And Caleb's reaching to the top of the shelves trying to get bowls down. Dirk is not there yet. Dirk Jensen Jr. is not there yet.
Okay, that's fair.
Yep, he has a lot of shields to paint around his dad's bedroom.
He's also 14 and can't drive, so he's figuring out how to get there.
He can fly with his little haphazardly painted wings.
Yeah, he can make himself
fly.
Wings.
Yeah, he can fly.
He can fly. He can fly. He can fly.
Exactly.
It is the most classic DS game drawn to life, where you draw yourself those shitty little wings and you go about your day.
Exactly.
Dirk is a better artist than this. He can do this.
Yes, he just has to actually put time into it. Then he can make whatever the fuck he wants.
He sure can. Mm-hmm. So are you guys going to kind of call the Avengers to order? Where are you dropping first?
I think we need to have individual conversations with our associated partners just to check in before we check in with the rest of the team.
Yeah, you have time.
I think I might chat with Benny and maybe tell Caleb to let Daisy do whatever the fuck she wants.
Yeah.
By herself. Because Daisy just wants to do it by herself. And that should be given to her.
I'm getting snacks because I'm hungry and damaged.
Physically
damaged.
Physically.
So yeah, Izzy kind of goes up to Josh. Izzy just goes up to Josh and kind of puts her hand on his shoulder, and she says, "I think you need to talk to Willa and let Daisy put the snacks together."
I mean, I just really wanted to be helpful. I really hoped that Willa would kind of take a little bit of time to rest before we... I don't know if interrogate is the correct word, but I do have questions, and I would like answers.
Izzy is just trying not to laugh at this moment. Right, totally fair. But Daisy knows the apartment. She can put all the snacks together. If you want to maybe bring Willa water and maybe see if she'll lie down. If you want to try to do that instead, can I try to roll convince him?
Yay.
Yay, yipsy doozies.
Dooby-doo.
I don't know if it's gonna work.
I like your little hat.
Thank you. It makes me feel so smart. Oh.
Not gonna lie, it looks like a graduate cap.
Did it really? I forgot that I put all my like 6-sided die into one thing. 9 to convince someone.
He steps down and he kind of looks at you and goes, I mean, Daisy is one of the most capable people I've ever met. I'm sure she can put some M&Ms in a bowl, but I mean, you guys have been through a pretty traumatizing night. I would assume that all of you would want a little bit of a rest, and I'm feeling kind of peachy keen, jelly beans. But you see that Josh has gotten up and has already gotten a water for Willa. And at that, you see Caleb kind of turn and go, oh no, Chase, let me.
Oh.
And the two of you start scuffling over the water bottle as they're walking towards Willa.
Perfect.
Perfect. Best way to distract the boys is to pin them on each other. And stick them on Willa.
Yeah, they're dumb. They're dumb little dudes.
Lizard brain all the way.
High school boys. That like a high school girl who just happens to be a magical girl. Yes. But I guess kind of encouraging them to go off on their own. Izzy kind of gives Daisy a small kiss on the cheek and says, I'm just gonna go talk to your brother for a bit.
You feel her tense at that, and she goes, better you than me.
Izzy pats her back at that comment because truly there is nothing else to say at this moment that might not just get Daisy really angry or upset. So Izzy is going to make her way over to wherever Benny and Sam are with a small little bowl of regular M&Ms as a peace offering.
Delightful. You see that Sam like meets your eyes and like gives a look like help. Because they're essentially like kind of caressing Benny's hand, but Benny is somberly looking out the window. Per the emo boy he is.
Oh God. Izzy kind of just seeing that, she kind of just like levels a little bit more of a, are you really being serious type look. Takes a good brown M&M and just whacks it right at his face, just like tosses it right at him.
Roll the flash.
Ooh. Oh God, please tell me.
Then you die.
That's a 4. That is a 4. Izzy sucks.
You hit Sam instead. You crashed through the window.
You beat it right at Sam's, like in the middle of Sam's forehead, and they're like, oh.
Sorry.
And like they kind of like go like this, and they're like, I think that I'm gonna go make sure my head's okay in the bathroom. So that, you guys will have about 5 minutes to talk, just the two of you, and it'll be like totally cool. And they kind of get up and like scuttle and like give you a look like, help, like you.
Sorry, that was meant for Benny.
Benny kind of like looks and like deflates, and he goes, Izzy, you should be with Daisy right now.
Izzy takes up the spot that Sam had been, and she kind of just munches on an M&M, and she says, well, considering you guys both don't want to talk to each other, I'm here to talk to you instead.
I would love to talk to my sister, Izzy, but I fucked up immensely, and I don't know if she'll forgive me for this, and it was stupid, and it's just... And he like brings his knees up to his chest and is just kind of like, I don't know what to do.
Well, considering that you guys have survived your parents together, I don't think you wanting to do something for yourself should be completely as strongly as disliked as you believe that it is. Because, I mean, is Juilliard just for you? Is Juilliard what you want? That's what you said when we were at the ski lodge.
He nods. He goes, but like, this whole magic thing was just me, you know? It feels like I'm betraying her for wanting something different than her. You know, we've been Benny and Daisy our whole fucking lives, and I'm the asshole who's ruining that.
I mean, you could also say that high school is the asshole, because eventually when high school's over, me and Willa aren't going to be at the same school. So I could hate high school for that, but change is going to happen anyways.
Benny looks kind of like shocked, and he goes, "You guys aren't going to the same college?
I mean,
Are you even going to college?"
Izzy kind of falls silent for a moment. Willa knows what she'd like to do, but I don't know what I would like to do.
I find that hard to believe, Miss Izzy Parker.
Well, I don't know. Nothing in school has been interesting enough to a point that I'm like, this is what I'm going to do. I know this without a shadow of a doubt. So it's like, I don't want to go forward with anything until like, I know that feeling that this is what I want. And I know that for you, Juilliard is what you want. Otherwise, you never would have even applied. Because Benny Schwartz, oh so big and awesome theater guy, knows exactly what he wants, and he gets it every time. Did I do a good impression of you? Did I need to do like more falsetto?
He's like, nope. You know what? I think that Benny, at least the Benny you met at the beginning of this year, I don't think he exists anymore.
Well, were you showing me a fake Benny? The answer is yes.
And he looks and
you
he
were
goes,
showing me polished, perfect Benny Schwartz. I like this Benny a lot better.
even if I've absolutely nuked the relationship that I have with my sister, even though I've probably fucked up a lot more than that and just skated by, Izzy, it's making me doubt if I even deserve any of this, if I deserve Juilliard or this. And he's pointing to his magic necklace, and he goes, you know, Daisy would be 1,000,000 times better at this shit than me.
Yeah, she would. 100%. No doubt at all.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry, why were you picked? Why were you picked at all of this? Gosh, Benny.
Your guess is as good as mine.
Izzy kind of like throws another M&M at him.
Stop throwing M&Ms. You're gonna make a mess. Do you want ants?
Izzy like visibly shivers so terribly. Izzy bends down and picks up the M&M and just like puts it on her lap so she can throw it away later. Moving on from that, we're going to keep things from people. That's inevitability of life. Wow, I can't speak any words right now. It's been a long day, Benny, but at the end of the day, you have to choose what is best for you and what you want in your life. You chose that your parents are pieces of shits, and you moved out. That was your choice. You chose to apply to Juilliard. They chose to accept you. If they didn't accept you, would you have gone to a different school? Gone there? Continue music and learning it that way? Probably. But it is, at the end of the day, your choice and your actions. And you're also choosing not to talk to your sister, which at the end of the day is going to make her very sad.
Roll the touch his heart.
Hold on. I'm really hoping that when my powers gives me plus advantage to touch heart. No, that's we can do this together, damn it.
It sure is. Which, I mean, we can do this together. It's called group therapy. Oh, shit.
God. Do you want me to do we can do this together? I don't even know what
I
role
would
that
like
is.
to touch his heart, please.
Okay, that's fine. That's still fine.
Yeah.
Oh, that's an 11. That's an 11. Give me that double digit, please.
He kind of like leans his head against you and like he just kind of lets it all go out in a sigh, and he goes, Izzy, you need to come to Juilliard with me and just be my personal therapist.
I will take that into consideration once I figure out whatever the fuck I'm gonna do.
He goes, that was a joke, but it was more of a thanks.
No problem. I am a speed dial mind message away.
Well, I mean, Willa would have to open the mind message thing, and I don't really want her involved.
Okay, technicalities, okay? I'm just always there for you. I'm just always there for you, and that's that. And for me to always be there for you, you need to make up with Daisy.
You know, we're always there for you, too.
I know. And I will have to have a conversation with Daisy as well, because I have things that I have not told her. She mimes like Fishman Ski Lodge.
Told her that?
No.
Izzy.
I didn't tell. I told her a bit about the necklace, but just not about the rest of it. And then time just kept going by. So I mean, if it helps, we can soften blows. But Benny, I've just gotten to a point where I just don't know what to do with it, and right now doesn't seem to be the time. But
no, not at all. Especially if, you know, the end of the world might be in a day. I might just hold on to that one, you know, but just hang on to that.
Okay, yeah. Maybe I'll just say, like, hey, Daisy, I love you, marry me. Also, I lied to you back on your birthday. Maybe not the marry me part. I don't know.
He's like, I mean, you have to ask my blessing
go make nice
first.
with your sister. Just go.
He's like,
oh,
okay.
Right, you guys both left your parents. That also reminds me, I have a program in mind utilizing a bubble shot in the LGBT community and college scholarships. So I'll figure out a way for you to still get funded.
He goes, listen, this is not the first time Daisy and I have run away in our lifetimes. It's probably the most dramatic.
I'm sorry, what?
I mean, we ran away a ton as kids. That's why the cameras got put into the house, yeah. That's why we're called the bandits.
Izzy has no words.
And you see him, like, kind of smile, and he went, we nearly, like, took a train going wherever. We were, like, 8.
I want all of this story, maybe not now, but I want this story.
He shakes his head and he goes,
so badly.
It's not that exciting. And someone is standing above
Benny.
You guys. You see Sam has a bowl full of snacks and hands them down to Benny and goes, Izzy told me to give these to you. And it is a bowl that is full of gummy bears, hard lifesavers, and pecans in some kind of horrific gorp mix. And
Izzy wrinkles her nose down at that.
No! And he holds the bowl tight and he looks up and Daisy is very clearly, like, not looking and, like, cleaning a very specific spot on the counter to, like, not look up.
Izzy nudges Benny, like, you need to go over there. Because I don't know what the fuck lifesavers, pecans, and gummy bears mean, but go over to your sister now. Or else I'm not going to allow you to marry Sam. Go.
It sounds like, what?
Okay, cool. Now I have your attention. Go to your sister.
And you see that Benny he stands up and he gives you, like, a little nod before he rushes over to Daisy.
Yay.
Willa.
Hi. Fuck.
You have found the most comfortable chair that Daisy has in here, which is a, like, cushioned floor chair.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you've ever seen one, but it's essentially like a little, like imagine a gaming chair, but without wheels and on the ground.
Yes, I've seen those on Instagram.
Yes. So it's like one of those.
Willa wants these in her own room, and she's just like, oh, man.
And you hear, coming up to you, you hear scuffling and going, I'm gonna give her this water bottle, okay? I picked it first. Yeah, but you're stupid, so I'm not gonna let you do that. What did you say? Come on, this is not the time for all this bullshit. And you see that Caleb is essentially, like, trying to pull the water bottle out of Josh's hands, and he's almost, like, clinging to it, like, almost off the ground as Caleb's lifting him.
Oh my god, I'm really sore, and I, like, turn around in my chair, I'm like, just give me the water bottle and behave!
The two of them stop, and they, at the same time, hand you this bottle that has been pretty crinkled.
Thanks. And she takes, like, a little tentative sip from the water.
Roll me a very, very quick... What?
Be vigilant! I don't know, some random bullshit like...
No, I need...
Oh boy, here we go.
I need a mystical check.
I have a 0 to that. 8.
You take a sip, and you look at, as you're taking a sip, you look at the label, and the water was treated at the water treatment plant in town.
Mm-hmm.
Which you start to wonder, like, that was just water, right? That was just water. It didn't taste like algae. Totally didn't. And you're starting to wonder if you're imagining that.
Oh, we did fix the water plant.
Caleb's like, I mean, it's not that exciting of a water bottle, really.
No,
It's kind of thin, thinking of the plastic, and quite frankly, we should really get rid of single-use water bottles anyways. They're really kind of a waste.
Yeah, it's a great idea, Caleb. No, I'm just...
You're thinking about something.
Maybe.
What are you thinking about? What's going on?
Well, if I tell you what I'm thinking about, then I have to go into a whole spiel to give you context. I have to give you so much context. Oh my god.
Caleb kind of smiles and sits crisscross applesauce and is like, well, we have time. And Josh, like, sits down, also crisscross applesauce, and looks and goes, not enough. Didn't you hear it's like 24 hours or some shit?
Yeah, well...
And, like, quite frankly, look at Will. It's not like she's going to magically be better after, like, getting a good night's rest. That's not realistic. That doesn't happen.
Actually, I just need to sleep for 16 hours, then I should be good.
Right, so then what? Do we have, like, 8 hours to get all this done?
I don't need your sass right now, Josh!
It's not sass, Willa. You almost died twice.
I'm trying not to think about that! God, it's...
Yeah, like, I know it's uncomfortable to think about, but unfortunately, Chase is right. And Josh kind of glowers over it and just goes, listen, dude, can we drop the whole last name thing? The world is fucking ending. Can we just stop? And Caleb looks and goes, I win. Good job, Josh.
Wow, first name basis.
Took him long enough.
Wow.
Josh points and goes, no, this is not a thing. Once everything gets fixed, we're going back to normal.
I never insinuated that it was a thing. You were the one that brought up that it was a thing. So that's on you for, like, bringing that up.
It's just obnoxious to call each other by last names. It's stupid. And we're talking about you, Willa, okay? We're talking about you and the fact that you almost died and the fact that you've been lying to us this whole time. What the fuck, Willa?
Well, I didn't... The whole thing, I never planned on any of this. I never planned to become a magical girl at the Jellyfish Festival. I didn't plan for you to run into me at the football field. I didn't fucking plan to fall for you the first time I saw you at the fucking festival. And it just got weird. I didn't mean to catfish you or anything like that. Did you ever once think that I thought that, like, oh, let's keep this a secret from Josh because it's gonna be so funny? No, I never once thought that. And the gimmick of being magical and having wings and having a fire sword was really, really cool. And now all of this is happening and I died. And I don't want to think about that right now. just a whole fucking, like, campaign with my dad, but I died. And I can't live with the fact that I was given a job to be a magical girl and save the world, and I can't even fucking protect you. And now we have fucking 24 hours to get our shit together, and it's a lot.
In your hand, and he is holding it in both of his, and you see that Josh has kind of just frozen and is staring at you. And he is silent for a little bit, and he's like, "Been since the Jellyfish Festival?"
Yeah.
He swallows, and he scoots a little bit closer, and he wraps an arm around you. And he goes, "Well, the Willa that I know would not give up that quickly. All right? The Willa I know, get some fucking hot sauce and spray it in the face of whoever's going to be coming in 24 hours. And she called him an asshole and maybe stomp on their feet or some other bullshit like that. That's what you're going to do. Okay?
Yeah.
And I don't think I can speak for Caleb, really. But we are here. At least I'm here. And I'm not gonna let you fucking fall again." And Caleb's like, "Yeah, some little dude painted us some swords. And it was quite fun, actually. I kind of enjoyed stabbing things."
Stabbing things is fun.
And he nods and he looks over at Josh and looks back to you and he goes, "It is. And as much as I don't really want to admit it, what Josh said was right. The Willa that at least I've gotten to know, and the Willa that I've shared some lovely kisses with," and you see Josh kind of tenses against you.
Josh doesn't know that. Fuck.
And Caleb smiles.
Oh, shit.
"She would be very fierce in this kind of scenario. A time limit wouldn't bother her. And I don't think that it really bothers you. I think you're really sore and you're really tired right now. And even though I haven't died yet, quite frankly, I don't think I can die, I'm sure it doesn't feel great."
Listen, Caleb, I can heal people. I cannot revive people. So,
You revived yourself. That's good.
well, it's kind of different. It's kind of different. And besides, it's just like, remember at the ski lodge when that boover driver was, it wasn't a kidnapping, he was possessed by a monster, and he ended up dying, and I couldn't revive him, so that kind of fucked me up a little bit. So,
I look concerned. He goes, "What boover driver? What happened?"
it's so, oh my god, it's so much. I'm telling you, Josh, it's a whole thing. It's,
I mean, it would probably take about maybe 10 to 12 hours to tell the whole story, right, Willa?
if we were starting all the way to the beginning of the water plant, then yeah, it would be 10 to 12 hours.
It'd be quite a long time. Probably more like 24 to 50 hours there. But beside the point, I think you need to rest, Willa. We'll have our conversation with the other magical folks. That's very odd to say, isn't it? That's magical folks. And you see him kind of start to think, and he gives your hand a squeeze and goes, "But right now, I believe I need to go to the restroom really quick."
Don't get kidnapped. I swear to God.
He smiles and goes, "I wouldn't dream of it. Josh isn't strong enough to take care of you on his own. I have to be back. And Josh looks and goes, what the fuck, man? I thought we, roost, okay? And Caleb looks at you and goes, Willa, you get to choose your own destiny, and you get to choose what you want. And I know that you want to save the day and save the world and be with who you want to be with. I know you'll make the right choice. And he stands up and goes to the bathroom, and that leaves you and Josh. He's sitting on the floor because there's only one of those chairs that you're in.
Yeah. I look at Josh and I'm like, so what do you want to know?
He's kind of quiet, and he's just got his arm around you, and he's like, I mean, are you up for talking about this?
I mean, I don't know what's gonna come in the next, after the first 24 hours. So I feel like we need to get everything out in the open now, because I feel like there won't be much talking after the fact.
He nods, and he's like, all right. When I was texting Blue, I was texting you.
Yes.
And he puts his face in his hands and he goes, that is so fucking embarrassing, what the hell? And so you just said, no, wait, you got kidnapped.
No.
Kidnapped in the mirror.
No, it was a whole switcheroo thing. Because Josh, in the bathroom, if Blue was there but I wasn't, how would I explain where Willa was? Willa can't be hiding in a bathroom stall because you would go check. So I said, oh, Willa got kidnapped, and I had to wear the ugliest dress to school the next day.
Do you know how fucking worried I was about you? No, do you know?
I had an inkling.
An inkling. And you didn't think that was a good time to tell me? You didn't think that was a good time to be like, hey, Josh, guess what? Get in on this. I thought you trusted me.
Josh, like, I wanted to tell you after some point because, like, going back and forth with the lying and the tomfoolery and the sneakery was starting to get a little bit annoying, but I didn't want to put a target on you. Because
you put a target on yourself?
Well, but I didn't want Mariana to go after you if she knew what you meant to me, but she found out anyway, so... Yeah.
I mean, she did. She found out.
I wanted to tell you.
Did you?
I didn't know how.
Do you want to tell me you kissed Caleb McCartney too?
I wasn't even planning on meeting Caleb, okay? He came out of left field right out of nowhere with a glass door, okay? So...
Boosters.
Yeah, okay? But... I was planning to tell you, but it was just never the right moment to tell you.
When were you gonna tell me?
When things were... quieter.
When were things gonna be quieter? And you see that his nose is starting to get closer to your nose, and he's like, when were things gonna be quieter?
Fucking nose! It's so stupid!
Yeah, it's stupid because you know what? I could have been helping you this whole fucking time. You don't have to have these magic-ass powers to help, okay? I swim so fast!
Okay, well, the monster is an evil mermaid who probably swims faster than you.
You see him go, I'd like to see her try. What I mean, Willa, is you can count on me, okay? And not to be an ass, but like, I watched you fucking die in front of me. That sucked. because I watched you die, and then I never got to tell you how I actually feel. Okay? I never got to. You were blue, and then you were Willa, and it connected, and then I thought I had lost both of you, and I can't lose you. All of you. Any of you. Okay? I can't do it.
Willa sighs, and she's trying to think of something else to say, but she can't think of anything else, so she grabs him by the front of his shirt and pulls him in for a kiss.
Please add one to the power pool for me.
Oh, that was so good.
So good.
+1 for Keith.
It is a little bit of an awkward kiss because he's not expecting it at the beginning there, and then he kind of softens into it, and his hands go right to like your waist and kind of pulls you a little closer. And he does that thing where when you break a kiss, he like chases after, and like there's that little bit of space in between, and he kind of like hazily blinks, and it's just like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Huh. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Your breath tastes like hot sauce.
Okay.
And in a good way. I kind of like hot sauce now.
Oh, good. If you're gonna be the boyfriend of a magical girl, you better fucking know how to eat food with hot sauce.
He's just kind of staring, and he's like, what if I said I might love hot sauce?
I kiss him
Would
again.
You guys are mooching. You're having some mooches, and you hear the door open, and you see that Caleb is holding Dirk Jensen Jr. up by his arms and is like, there was this tiny little jester outside. Is he important? I was just going to the bathroom and he was lost.
Yeah.
And you see Dirk is like, can you for the love of God put me down, please?
Oh God,
Izzy clears her throat very terribly from across the room. He's like, Dirk, you should come over here and just have your back to the door for another next so often. How you doing?
Dirk like rushes over and you see him drop his transformation as he walks. So he goes from this little ringleader boy all the way to his traditional,
Minecraft
definitely
hoodie.
not copyrighted Minecraft hoodie. And he just like plops next to you, Izzy, and like folds his arms and he goes, all right, I think I had my dad was in trouble and Willa helped.
No, good. Willa's just in the middle of something. Izzy pats his shoulder a little awkwardly. Eminem?
I mean, I don't really eat chocolate, but
you're gonna want to.
He takes it and he has an M&M.
Izzy like leans like over like Dirk's like back and just like thumbs up Willa across the room.
I do thumbs up and then I flip her off.
She sends little kisses to her.
But like, so did Caleb see us kissing?
Oh yeah, he did, and he is like politely just kind of like sitting off to the side. Like he is, you see him kind of pull out his phone, and it looks like he's like reading a book on his Kindle app. Like he's just, he's just chilling.
Mm-hmm. I look at Josh, I'm like, okay, this is also kind of like bad timing, but it's also that we have no timing at all. You know, I also like Caleb and I like you, and it's just a whole other thing. It's yeah.
He nods and he's like, I mean, yeah, I figured that out. I'm not as dumb as you think I am, Willa.
I mean,
Figured that one out.
I mean, me and Blue have the same hairstyle. I don't know how. I'm surprised that you didn't put it together faster.
I'm sorry, but when have you had a flaming sword in the past? When have you? I don't. You know what? All right. Maybe I am dumb. All right. You can call me dumb, whatever you want. But you know how I feel about you.
Yeah.
And if you want to be with Caleb McCartney, that's fine. I mean, I get it. He's fucking Caleb McCartney. He's... Look at him. He's like a fucking Greek god. I get it, okay? I just didn't want to die or have you die without you at least knowing.
Well, the thing is, though, is that I don't want to pick either or. That's dumb.
You see Caleb kind of like perks up and goes, I mean, an arrangement could be made.
An arrangement?
You see Caleb like brings his little backpack out and he's got a little notebook and he draws like a little angle and he's like, at the top is Willa. Willa can date myself and Josh. And as we go, and he holds it out and goes, should Willa decide that she enjoys someone a little bit more, then we don't have to worry about him anymore. Or we can just keep this going. I don't mind. I'm a very good sharer. And who knows, maybe the triangle would be complete someday. And Josh looks affronted.
Willa's brain has exploded and combusted, and now she's on the Windows blue screen. She's like, what the fuck?
Caleb's like, I get what I want, but I'm not above a compromise. Isn't that right, Josh? Since we're on such good first name basis. And you see that Josh is processing. And he's like, I mean, I knew you could be gay. Like, Susie's gay. And then he looks and he's like, don't tell her I told you that. You don't know that.
Oh, okay.
You don't know anything about Susie or what she likes or who she likes.
I already knew.
How did you know?
At the cotillion, I saw her and Crystal hanging out, and girl intuition.
He like gets really close and he's like, wait, so this Crystal girl actually likes her? Like that?
Yeah.
Like for real?
Like she likes her.
And Caleb goes, yeah, we've honestly been talking about her a lot, and I keep kind of laughing at her because, you know, Crystal's really cool and she likes someone that's related to you, Josh. And you see that Josh kind of settles, and then he goes, Is Susie gonna be okay in all of this? And we have to make sure she's okay. We have to make sure everybody's okay.
I think she's gonna be okay. I think this has mostly been just an aggro assault on the main people that like the magical people like and care for. So I think she's safe.
Better be.
For now. I don't know what happens after 24 hours, but I know within the 24 hours she's still safe.
Josh kind of nods and goes, and whatever. Oh, that was a hiccup. And he's like, whatever we do, we're gonna make sure everybody's safe, right? Like all of Diamante. And Caleb goes, Carbondale. I would prefer Carbondale to be okay too.
We can keep them all. Everything else can go.
And Caleb's like, the mall and my greenhouse?
Fine.
He holds his hand out to shake.
I shake his hand. Business.
Business. And then he does take it and gives a little kiss to the back of your hand. And goes, I'm still up in Willa kisses, though, so catch up. And Josh is just like, this isn't a fucking competition!
I need snacks.
Willa, do you get up to go get more snacks?
I'm gonna go get up and get more snacks.
You see that the Schwartz twins are, like, deep in conversation over, like, the chip bowls. And you see it's very quiet, but it sounds almost like hissing. It's, like, heated. It's quick and snappy and quiet.
I want to listen in on it while I get some chippies.
Roll me a... Keep your wits about you, because you're being sneaky.
I'm gonna double check with the keep my wits. Yeah. Oh, that's a persona. +2. That is an 8.
You are able to catch a little bit of it before they notice you.
Mm-hmm.
And you hear it along the lines of, yeah, but you could have fucking told me about this before I started looking at apartments. I was trying to distract you enough so you didn't look at apartments because, quite frankly, a lot of shit has been happening. Yeah, no, and the play is in a couple of weeks. What did you think you were gonna Cinderella? I'm not gonna fuck up Cinderella. Did you want to fuck Cinderella? That was uncalled for. And they hear you coming and they both kind of look and go. And Willa, for the first time in a while, you see the Schwartz shield of a smile. And the both of them are like, hey.
I squint right through that shield. I'm like, you two are making up, right?
We're... And Daisy goes, working on it.
Can you just scoot over a little bit? You're blocking the sour cream chips.
She just hands you the whole bowl and goes, here, go make out with your boyfriends again.
Ah! Well, I never.
Oh, question. Which one of you has Stanley?
Izzy does.
Yes, it's me.
Izzy does.
Because he is hitting against the magical fanny pack. He's like, all right, I believe everybody is here, so we really need to get this ball fucking rolling here.
Oh, sure. Izzy pulls Stanley out in his little ball and, like, sets him on the ground.
You see
And
Sam
then gives him a
next to
little
you
nudge
is like,
so he starts to roll.
oh, and she goes, no, literally, not me, I get seasick, I can't do this, no, pick me up.
Or just put him on top
Izzy
of
laughs
the
to herself at her own joke and, like, picks him back up, looks at him, and she says, you should be a little bit more you shouldn't be as literal. Oh no, that was for me. I shouldn't be as literal. Are you really seasick? Do you really get seasick?
If he had a nose, he would be pinching the bridge of his nose. He goes, I swear to God, okay.
Sorry, Stanley. And Izzy kind of like sets him like on like on her legs so he can look out over the room.
Okay. I need everybody to congregate. And if there's any folks like me from the Rift, please make yourselves known. I would greatly appreciate more minds on this one. Because we have, what was it? Goyles, what was it? 24 hours? Not even 24 hours anymore.
24 hours as of 6:59 p.m.
He shakes his head and looks at the clock that says 8 o'clock. And goes, all right. We don't have a lot of time. And you see that Benny, like, opens one of the shells on his necklace, and this tiny little, like, almost hermit crab looking thing comes out. And you see that she looks incredibly wrinkly. And she blinks, like, really slowly, like frog blinks, and just goes, Stanley, I don't believe that you can really call this to order. You don't have seniority. And he points and just goes, not fucking now, Kelly. Not now.
She's ancient.
And Benny's like, yeah, she's kind of like one of the Golden Girls, but not, like, fun. And Cowie goes, watch it, boy.
Wait, is she Blanche? Blanche is my favorite.
See, I'm a Dorothy girl. You see that Dirk is kind of like looking at his paintbrush, and he kind of looks up and goes, I don't have someone. I don't have a pet.
You have your paintbrush. Fountain pen?
He holds it up and like he draws a painting of Mrs. Fields.
No.
And like it's just the painting.
Oh.
And it plops down and he's like, this is who gave me these powers.
Yeah,
I guess technically that would be Mariana.
Technically, yeah, that's interesting.
I guess.
Can we throw this painting away? I don't want to look at her.
That is a little disturbing.
Yeah, it's very... Yeah. Her likeness is very...
Good likeness, yes.
Yeah, very good likeness. I absolutely hate it.
We're doing realism right now in art class.
Awesome. Let's keep that in art class just for right now.
I just tip the painting over and make it like face the floor so we don't see it. I don't want her. No.
Like, that's great. We don't want to look.
No. Goodbye.
No. That was a whole other thing, Dirk. That was a whole other thing. I know that you were in the thick of it, but like, that was creepy. During that whole arc of Miss Fields.
The Mirror World was my least favorite place. I hated it.
Oh god, that was awful.
I hated it so much.
I was bad at moving everything.
I thought you didn't get stuck in there.
No, but Caleb did, and I had to get his sorry ass out of there.
Caleb blinks and goes, I did? Oh. Will and I have that in common, too.
That was the day when we
can talk a lot about
Josh's room. That was a whole thing.
That's right. Oh, I forgot about being in the Mirror World. I just didn't... All I remember is Josh's great hospitality and the wonderful conversation we had. Do you remember that, Josh? We braided each other's hair. We talked about girls. It was great.
You talked about girls? Izzy asks.
You see Josh is like, let's listen to the fucking hamster ball, okay?
Starfish?
The Stanley.
You see Stanley goes, I am a starfish. This is just what happens to be the receptacle I chose to be in because I am not entirely amphibious. Thank you. Now, we all don't have headaches right now, correct?
Nope.
No.
Roll a mental check, both of you.
9.
7.
Yep, you guys are good.
Cool.
And like the rest of the group kind of shakes their heads, and you see that Sam is kind of like looking around and is like, wait, okay, so that's talking and that, and you see Benny's like, I'll tell you later. And that Daisy just kind of like smiles tightly and is like, sure, tell them. Yeah, that's great. Super cool that you would tell them just, no problem. Yep.
Izzy clears her throat from behind Stanley.
Sorry.
Stanley, you were saying?
Yes, as I have the floor. Mariana's gonna come fuck our shit up in a bit. This isn't great news. And you know what's also not great news is that Absalom Trench is here. In truth, those of you that I have worked with more strongly, Izzy, Willa, the two of yous, you know that I coached Mariana. I was there with her. She essentially protected the rift to make sure that nothing really dangerous got into your world and vice versa. She was never supposed to cross the rift. But at one point something got out of her purview, broke the rift open, and she came into your world. And she was doing fine. She was fighting some stuff. But she got too close to the surface, and she met Absalom. And now, I'm not a dick, okay? I'm not an asshole, but I knew that the two of them being kids, falling in love was gonna be a little messy. It was gonna be a little rough. They just naturally came from different places. And, you know, we've got some folks over here that essentially don't have powers granted from the rift. And it is nerve-wracking for me because of what could happen. There's things down there that would be so happy to eat up any of yous. And he points to Daisy, he points to Sam, he points to Josh and Caleb. And he's like, any of yous, really? Maybe he's super thrilled about it, you know? Fresh meat like a delicacy. There's a being that could do a lot worse, too. Could control your mind. Could take you over mind, body, soul. Let you lose everything about yous and turn you into something that wants to take over this world. That's what happened to Mariana.
Wait, Mariana's possessed by another thing? So we're supposed to be fighting the bigger thing, not Mariana, because Mariana's just the puppet.
I don't know if that's the case anymore. It's one of those.
What do you mean anymore? Was that the case at one point?
It had hope.
Do you believe that she's grown sentimental and now believes what she's doing is right on her own accord?
I had hope that we'd be able to break her connection with this thing. It doesn't really have a name. It's never really introduced itself. I call it the Deep Dark because it comes from the Deep Dark. That's not the most creative name, okay? I'm not a writer. I'm not a poet.
Not laughing.
It sounds ominous as fuck, Stanley. I don't like it.
But the thing is that I have sources down there that I've tried to stay in contact with, and you hear Cowie goes, "The Deep Dark hasn't been seen in at least 40 years, Stanley. Why are you still hung up on this thing?" He goes, "That's exactly why I'm hung up on this thing, because if the Deep Dark hasn't been seen, heard, or felt, the Deep Dark has taken over a body, and it's taken over Mariana's. There's only so much brain someone can let something eat before it just wiggles itself in."
Do we think that do we think that Mariana's the one who is associated with the Deep Dark, or is it Absalom? Because they're in cahoots. So, like...
Honestly, it
Izzy kind of puckers. Izzy kind of raises her head. So when at the lovely lunch-in of Daisy's and Benny's parents, Absalom was there, and I slapped him across the face. And
What? Did you record this?
Yeah, actually I did. I don't know if the slap is on there, but it is on my last live, which I should probably actually take down because that could probably be seen as assault.
No, let me download this first. Hang on a second. I go over.
And he's like, I mean, also, we should be able to get the footage from the cameras in there.
Okay, yes, but that's not the important thing. The important thing is when I slapped him, I saw that moment when Mariana went into the waters, I think to defend against the Deep Dark, and Absalom tried to go in. And when that all happened just beforehand, Absalom didn't even look like Absalom during the Mariana migraine. He looked like some weird tentacle eldritch type thing. So
like a lot of tentacles, or just a tentacle? Like what are you talking tentacles?
Tentacles, creepy ancient thing.
Fuck.
So I think Absalom might be our Deep Dark, unless he's controlling both of them, or controlling just Absalom enough to make Mariana comply.
You see Stanley looks frightened. He goes, "Hey." Is
that even worse?
I mean, I thought that Absalom was just working off of the fact that he loved Mariana. They were a thing. She begged me to give him magic powers, but that's not really how it works. You know, you can't just poof, here, be magic. There's a lot more nuance to it, and there's some people that just aren't fit to carry the mantle, you know?
I'm not.
And you see that Daisy crushes a bag of ruffles into a bowl.
As he kind of gives her looks at her really quickly and looks away. Right. So if Absalom is being controlled by the Deep Dark, trademark. So if he's being controlled by the
Cthulhu.
deep dark, Cthulhu. He's being controlled by Cthulhu. Cthulhu, the deep dark Cthulhu. If he's being controlled by the deep dark, then is there anything that the deep dark is weak against?
That's an excellent question. It's to my knowledge, and then Cowie goes, "There's nothing that can defeat the deep dark. It is the all-encompassing, and it is only a matter of time before it gets all of us, so we might as well just say mazel tov and have a great evening. We're gonna die tomorrow anyways, might as well." And Penny's like, "You are a ray of sunshine, my dear."
Damn.
Yeah, I think that Cowie already has her grave set up under a nice shady tree.
Oh, yeah, she does that, you know. "Okay, Grandma, let's get you to bed." And you see this little hermit crab go, "Boy, I'm gonna sock you so hard in the nose."
Okay, Cowie, you may be 1,000,000 years old, but I still have my life to live. So, you can crawl into your little shell grave, and that's fine. But I still need to take over. The LARP camp. So,
And Daisy goes, "Okay. So, apparently the world is supposed to end by a giant monster tomorrow, and what is our plan? What are we supposed to do, Stanley? If magic isn't enough, what are we supposed to do?" And he kind of looks to you two, Izzy and Willa, and he goes, "I mean, I would hope that magic is enough, but at this point, I don't know."
shine a big, bright flashlight on it. You said it's the deep dark, right? We just
Push it somewhere else.
push it somewhere else. Push it into the sun. The ultimate flashlight.
Sprinkle some salt on it, throw it in boiling oil.
Hey, if it's a slug, then no problem.
And if anything else, it's seafood. It can make a good brisk.
I don't think I would want to eat it though. I don't want to get poisoned or mind controlled.
No, it's probably would be very bad. But yeah, no, you're probably right.
Hey, Stanley, do all the magical people all in one area, right? Is there a gigantic super hit that we can do? A combined super attack that is strong enough to nuke this big bad thing?
I mean, we could try to apply it to their sensibilities. Maybe Mariana is still a good person and would help us try to free Trench if we ask her.
We tried diplomacy with her and her other little monsters, and that didn't work.
I mean, it worked for a couple of her quarrels. Henrietta has her friend.
Speaking of, Blue, your phone rings.
I answer it. Hello? Henrietta?
Prefer to go by Dandelion, or Dandy, or Honeybee. I haven't really picked yet.
Lion.
Lion. It is Lion. The bravest of our magical team.
You ain't lying.
Joke, and it was a bad joke. I just wanted to call because you said to call if weird stuff happened.
Yeah, how did you get my number? And you got a phone?
It's and I don't know if you know this, but there's a really nasty boy named Josh Chase, and he has your phone number, and I took his phone one day, and it's totally not like stealing because I did give it back eventually. He has your phone number, and so it was really the only ethical thing to do, to take that and use it for myself and my own personal gain. So
First of all, after this phone call, make sure you delete my number from your mom's phone, because if your mom finds out that you called a superhero, then she's gonna ruin all the fun. We know this.
I know how to do that. I know how to cancel stuff like that.
Okay, good. Okay.
I mean, my fly is with her right now. We can just get there immediately and extract her.
Okay, but then, her mom is gonna be wondering where the fuck is my daughter again. It sucks because she's 8. She's 8 years old.
Wait. Dirk?
What?
Would you mind doing your realism just like now?
But for Henrietta.
Is that bad?
Roll to convince someone right now.
Can I help her? Can I give her the help action?
Yes, of course you can. Yes, of course you can.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Oh, I love it. Oh, I love it.
Oh god. Okay.
Sing an 8-year-old out of her house.
Yeah, Dirk is like,
Oh.
you want me to draw a fake 8-year-old?
Yes. I have a reference if you need one.
But as realistic as possible, and maybe with enough, just enough for her to like stay homesick
He nods and he goes,
and not be suspicious of leaving and running away from home after having just been kidnapped.
can you show me the reference?
He like puts in air quotes.
I pull up my phone and it's just like a selfie of me and Henrietta at LARP camp or whatever, and I just show it to him.
Do you want the wizard hat?
No, cut the wizard hat. She wears a pink bow instead.
He nods slowly and is like, okay. Right now, or like what?
And then we would just need. Can your creations walk? Like, could you control it like a puppet? And
He paints and you see him just kind of going freehand, and he paints like a very stylistic version of a short curly-haired girl with very big glasses and a little pink cardigan. And he kind of looks, and then he looks at you guys and goes, walk.
no glasses.
Wait a minute, is that Colleen?
It sure looks like Colleen.
Oh.
Oh,
And he's like,
can
I just,
you walk?
why'd you paint Colleen?
I would just,
What did you paint, Colleen?
Why did you paint Colleen?
she's in my class. Okay?
Yeah, Willa, he has a better reference of her. He's obviously just looked at her several times.
She's in my
She
class.
sits near him.
Okay?
Yeah, she's huge. Yeah. Totally
he, like-
normal.
Like, does a little brush stroke, and you see the Colleen disappears, and then he's like, okay, I think so. It'd be better if I could just do like a sleep in bed, like not have it walk, because I would have to be there, I think.
Right. If we could just probably get her to be sick in bed, do you think Karen would let her
We'll have
stay
to
home from school?
we'll have to go to her house anyway and pick up Henrietta, because Henrietta doesn't know where Daisy's loft is. And with
Oh
her
no,
with her
We're
itty
gonna-
bitty wings, she's not gonna be able to fly that far.
definitely not. Okay,
We'll have to pick her
so
up
let's go get Henrietta.
right now.
Fuck.
Do we?
Child.
What do we do? Okay, I announced to the entire group that, Henrietta got a Mariana migraine and that Mariana was threatening to get her first. So,
Stanley goes,
And we have the option of Dirk painting a clone and maybe at least putting her to bed.
so we can take the real Henrietta and keep her here.
bring her here. And Daisy's like,
Yeah,
the kid.
the kid.
The
Oh,
kid.
girl.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We
she's
can't,
a newly made magical girl.
okay.
Yeah.
We can't
But
leave her then. We can't leave her by herself.
no. We just figured since she was just rescued from being kidnapped, she was taken by a coral. that she should stay with her mom, and it would be less suspicious. Evidently, Mariana has nothing against kidnapping a child twice.
Twice.
We should have learned the first time. Is anyone okay with going
I'll
to
go.
Henrietta's house and rescuing her? And who would like to stay? Or should we just take everyone?
That'll be too much if we take everyone. This needs to be a covert
would be.
operation. I'll go.
But Dirk needs to go.
I'll take Dirk with me.
Do you want to go by yourself, or do you think you'll need me? Because if you two go, then me and Benny are here in order...
It's an evenly split party, I'd say.
Yeah?
Yeah. I look at Josh and Kale and I'm like, do not follow me.
And Josh is like,
You stay
I
here.
don't know what could happen. Shit could happen over there.
And I will be constantly watching. And we're just trying to keep the party together, but we have to split up to do that.
To keep it together.
Yes. That's the thing.
Then he's like, that's a good idea, Izzy. You guys go. Don't die.
Already done that once.
Josh looks over and goes, it's not fucking funny, Willa.
I'm not. I'm trying to cope with it, okay? Man, leave me alone.
Caleb's like, it's a little funny. And, we have split the party there. We will put a bookmark in it there.
Oh my god.
We'll grab Henrietta and, we'll have a little sleepover at the loft.